Hello, and welcome to a quick unboxing courtesy of Simon & Schuster. This is Fairy Tale by Stephen King, the limited edition. Huge air quotes on that from Simon & Schuster. Bought it in the hype. Oh, look at the corners are beat up, man. The limited edition. Bought it in the hype. A lot of people were very disappointed with this once they actually got clarification and got the books in hand. It's kind of just like a fancy rebinding, but not fancy like Dragon Rebound that Paul Suntup does. So this is Fairy Tale. They said printed case, which most people thought meant the slipcase. It's actually just the boards themselves that are printed. The corner on mine is very beat up, which is very disappointing. This thing cost $100. A lot of people were saying, hey, I don't feel like this is worth $100. And, you know, it's a book. It's got gilded page edges, so there we go. I don't have a first edition of this novel, so this is the first edition that I own. I like the end papers. Nice little printed end papers there. I don't really know if this is a first edition. I guess it is the Scribner hardcover edition. Yeah, so it's like just a rebound first edition. Thinking of Robert E. Howard, Edgar Rice Burroughs, and of course H.P. Lovecraft. His dedication there. And different end papers on the back. Those are pretty cool. I like the end papers. So I have not read this yet. I'm a couple months late to the party. Ooh, listen to that crisp of the gilded pages there. I like the artwork. It's got interior artwork, which I think the novel itself has interior artwork, so that's nothing different. Illustrations by Gabriel Rodriguez. That does look like a Rodriguez illustrations. That makes sense. Rodriguez being the one who illustrated Lock and Key for Stephen King's son, Joe Hill. And then the Nico Delort, the even number chapters and papers by Nico Delort, which is there, and Gabriel Rodriguez, which is, yeah, that checks out. So I know it tells the story of a young boy who inherits the keys to another world. And this other world is different sides battling for this parallel world. And he's accompanied by his dog which he also inherits, to try to save this parallel world from itself, I imagine. But yeah, no, I haven't read it. A lot of people have. A lot of people gave some good reviews. Heard some mixed reviews as well. But, I'll dive in. I don't know that I'll dive into this one. Just because I'm going to try to see if maybe they have another copy that's not dinged or beat up. It is a shame that, one, it's dinged and beat up. Two, that it's not quite the quality that people were expecting, especially for the $100 price tag. This is limited to 2,000 copies, and I think copies are still available. There was some confusion, people thinking they were oversold, or some people got refunds because it was oversold. But then Simon & Schuster came back a day later and said, hey, just kidding, guys, we do have copies. So copies should still be available, or might be available, or you can go on the secondary market and possibly save a little money, because once people got a lot of copies, this was only available in the United States and maybe Canada. Once people were buying copies for people that were overseas, but now that more and more people are actually seeing the book with their own eyes, a lot of people are trying to sell their copies. So you might be able to actually get it for cheaper than $100, which is a shame for any book, really. It's not bad. It doesn't feel terrible. It feels like just like a slightly fancier trade edition, but considering you can get a trade edition for a fifth of the price, you make that decision on your own, whether or not this is worth the $100. A lot of people are saying no. A lot of people are saying it'd be nicer if they have a slipcase. Brian James Freeman over at Lividian Publications is doing a custom slipcase. It has his kind of custom die cut right in the center there, which looks really cool. I don't know if I'm going to get a custom slipcase, mostly just because I don't know if I'm going to keep this. It was in the hype of the moment I bought it, and then I found out it wasn't having a slipcase. And I could buy a slipcase, but it's half the cost of the book, and it's going a little bit higher than I was expecting to pay for what is essentially a fancy trade edition. Like I said, it's not bad. Doesn't quite feel like it's worth $100 in my opinion, but to each their own. Especially when you get a dinged copy like that, which is always a shame. But I'll reach out to Simon Schuster, see what happens. Copies are available online or on the secondary market. Any Facebook group from like the Stephen King Constant Sellers or Stephen King Rare Editions, you can probably find it for, if not cover price, maybe even a little bit below it. Anyways, thank you very much for watching. Please consider subscribing, and we'll see you around next time.